Well, hello all. Randy, the ragamuffinpiper here with you. And we're working on, easy for me to say, we're working on some focus. I don't know if that means the camera or me. Both. I'm pretty sure the camera and me need to do better. Our focus needs more focus, as the movie line goes. My focus and your focus needs more focus. But I'm here with you giving it another shot, see what we can get to come out of it. And I got my Roma Lucite, which is a beautiful pipe from Papa Bear. And I am trying out some more Christmas spice from Sutliff. Last year it was pretty good. I don't know if it stays the same every year. This is something I just ordered, and it doesn't quite hit me the same as it did last year. But I'm only a bowl or so into it, and so I'll give it some grace, and we'll see how it goes. Sutliff Christmas spice. You know, I order those sometimes because they're bulk. That's not all smoke. It's about 39 degrees maybe. So, it's not all smoke. Some of it's just my breath. I order them in bulk because sometimes those tins of Christmas special stuff, it's hard to get. You know, as soon as it comes out, people snap it up, and so try to find something I can get when I want it. And We Three Kings, I think that was from Cornell and Deal. You guys tell me if that's already out again, but that was some good stuff, and I may try to get some of that again. Maybe one little more, one small order before the end of the year. I thought it was done, but maybe if I don't go over $25, I get away with it. Mrs. Ragamuffinpiper will give me a little bit of grace. Planes. I think there must be some kind of queue at the airport over here. This is a grass airport. There's a bigger jet airport downtown. But there's a grass airport across the highway from me, right up next to the bottom of the mountain that I live next to. And these old bi-wing planes and single planes, they're big tires on them. There's 3 of them flying out right now. And I would almost guarantee you they're going to circle around and fly over my head here in about 4 or 5 minutes. Because that's what they do. Yeah, I picked up a book I've had for a while. This is by Lucado. It's called The Cast of Characters. And I know sometimes, you know, we look for books to, well, I got coffee all over it, which is not unusual. In fact, if you'll notice, there's a coffee cup ring right there. You know, I don't do book reviews either too much because I don't get a chance to sit down and read lengthy books. So the reason I'm bringing this one to you is, much like the devotional book that I wrote myself, this book is done a chapter at a time about different characters of the Bible. And the subheading here, the subtitle is Common People in the Hands of an Uncommon God. Well told. Very well told. The rich young ruler, the story of Esther from his point of view. The 2 criminals, the paralyzed man, stuff like that. It's a very good book. It's called The Cast of Characters by Lucado. This is hard copy. And I don't know that I would call it a devotional, although there's some good questions at the end of each chapter about what you read. So it could be used as a devotional, but Max Lucado, one of my favorites. Love him as a storyteller, as a pastor. Great guy. I've never got to meet him. I've met a lot of the guys from the past that speak publicly, but that's not one of them. I have several of his books. But if you're looking for something like that, highly recommended. You know, maybe you don't get into the Bible as much as you should, and I recommend that you do, and I recommend that I do. Here we go, talking about my focus, needing more focus, right? But if you want something to go along with your scripture reading, and maybe you don't read the Bible much, maybe you're not even sure about this Christianity thing, and you want to just read some common everyday stories that can help you relate, good one to pick up. Very good one to pick up. The funny side of it now, I have always been known for my coffee cup. When I was a mechanic, my boss called me a one-arm mechanic because I always had a cup of coffee in my hand. And funny enough, he always had a cigarette in his hand. So I told him one day, well, you're a one-handed boss. So I'm a one-handed mechanic working for a one-handed boss. But the funny part to me was when I got into engineering, I did project reviews for permits and things like that. Anyhow, not part of the story, but they didn't. A lot of times the engineer's too busy to look at some of these smaller projects. Oh, only $500,000, $2-3 million job. That's below them. So they would have me review it, and then they would come along and sign it. And pretty soon they got tired of doing that. They said, well, why don't you just initial it for me? I said, I can't do that. I'm not an engineer. I don't want to sign in your block. They have a little block where you sign. And they said, well, we'll start getting a block put on there for inspectors to sign. So they didn't have much luck getting that done. So what would happen a lot of times is I'd be drinking my coffee and laying these big plans out, and I'd get a coffee ring on the corner of the plan. So I kid you not, we started signing my initials and date inside the coffee ring. And it became a thing. Pretty soon I had guys calling me saying, I know you didn't look at my plans. There wasn't a coffee ring and your signature on there. You know what they're doing over here now, just because I'm filming? They're doing touch and goes in that. They haven't been in the air all day long. And now, like 10-Minute Charlie or whatever he was from MASH, he's going to fly right over my head. Wonderful. Well, that might be my cue. It's like clockwork every time I get the camera out. And there's 3 of them going around in circles. I'm being overruled. Or overrun. I'm not sure which. Well, I hope this video comes out with the focus. Don't forget the book by Max Lucado, Cast of Characters. And don't forget to leave your mark on the world. It might be better if you come up with something better than a coffee ring. Coffee stain ring. Make it your best day yet. I hope to see you all soon. This is Randy. Next time you see a video, it's supposed to snow. The ground's already frozen. Next time I see you, there might be not so much grass and weeds showing, but it's cold. See you soon. Take care. Make it your best day yet. All right? Bye-bye.